Hello viewers, in this video I'm going to talk about how to prepare for the coveted NHS job interview. And yes, job interviews itself are highly coveted. Only when you secure a job interview do you have a chance of securing an offer letter from that so coveted job in the National Health Service of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. So in today's video I'm going to talk about how best you can prepare for the NHS interview by describing how I prepared for my NHS interviews. Yes, I had more than one. So, let me describe this in a very simple way. There are two parts of an NHS interview. Basically, two kinds of questions: non-clinical questions and clinical questions. Now, if you're a doctor, you are well aware of the fact that there are many clinical disciplines. One of the most in demand clinical disciplines in the NHS is emergency medicine, psychiatry. These are subjects I cannot talk about because I am not a specialist in these subjects. I am a specialist in ENT. So in future, I can talk about ENT specific questions and how I prepared answers for them. But for the purpose of today's video, I'm going to talk about non-clinical questions, one question in particular, which is asked in every single NHS interview. So I'll upload a sample answer that I had prepared and recorded for my own reference, and maybe this will help you who may be preparing for your NHS job interview. Maybe it is tomorrow, maybe it is tonight. You can work on it, put your own take on it. I'm not saying that my answer is the best answer, but it will help you. So, why do the NHS employers ask non clinical questions? Because they want to assess not just your clinical knowledge, your clinical skills, but also what kind of a person you are, whether you are going to be an asset to the team or not. So, the non clinical questions largely are divided into certain categories: background and motivation questions, clinical governance questions, academic questions, difficult colleague questions, confidentiality questions, consent questions, and ethical questions. Now, the thing I found most interesting are the difficult colleague questions. Say your colleague comes late to work by about 10 minutes. What do? You find somebody is not following the therapeutic guidelines. What do? These are all difficult colleague questions, and all of these questions I prepared answers for and I recorded myself, and I'll be uploading them on this channel in future. But for today's video, I'll be uploading the answer to the most commonly asked question, which can be asked in various forms. This is the question called "Take us through your CV," which is usually the first question. And while it sounds very simple, oh, take us through your CV, that means I just have to describe my CV. It has many pitfalls. You don't take the interviewer literally through your CV. On page 1, you saw this. Don't say that. That's a big mistake. Remember, the thumb rule is keep your answers about 1 to 1.5 minutes in length, because nobody can pay attention for longer than that. Make your answers crisp, interesting, and practice. If you practice, it will be almost perfect. So the question, take us through your CV, is basically an introductory question. It can also be asked like, could you please introduce yourself? Or could you tell us what you'll be bringing to this team as an ENT specialist? Or could you describe your experience as a doctor so far? All of these questions convey the same message, and you have to answer it in the same way. And let us find out how I answered it. Hope this will help. And if you think it was subpar, then don't feel shy. Do let me know in the comment section, because we will learn together. I will have more interviews in the future, although I do have a job offer with me, and we can learn together. So without further ado, let's watch the video. A very good afternoon to the esteemed members present on the interview panel today. I am Dr. Pushpen Das Gupta. I am an Indian ENT specialist. I completed MBBS from a reputed government medical college in India in 2014. During my days as a medical student, I was incredibly attracted to both medicine and surgery, so I was extremely delighted to get the opportunity to specialize in a subject like ENT, which I believe has a happy mix of both medicine and surgery. I have more than 9 years of experience in ENT, and over the years I have built up proficiency in independently and confidently performing the common procedures in ENT, both diagnostic procedures as well as the surgical procedures. For more advanced surgical procedures, I have assisted my senior colleagues
in ENT as well as in other departments, and I particularly enjoy working in a multidisciplinary team environment because this helps me learn not just about ENT but also about other specialities. I have completed post graduation MS ENT from a reputed government medical college in India, and I also have the diploma MRCS ENT from the Royal College of Surgeons of England. I also am registered with the General Medical Council. I have four research articles published in peer reviewed journals, including one in a PubMed indexed journal. I have completed research courses and teaching courses in India, and I've also enrolled in the Teach the Teachers course provided by Oxford University, the online version. I have also enrolled in the ATLS course, which I will complete in the next week. I also have a formal teaching role right now. I've been an assistant professor for more than 2.5 years now, where I have taught undergraduate and postgraduate medical students formally. I have received formal feedback for my classes, which has been overwhelmingly positive. And I've also addressed groups of 150 to 200 undergraduate students in the form of lectures classes, and I've also taken small group discussion classes, bedside clinic classes, and I've also helped manage the teaching program, organize exams, including OSCE pattern exams for undergraduate medical students. And I've also managed the on call duty rota of postgraduate medical students in a seamless fashion. I believe I've been a very good manager because I've always received feedback from my colleagues that I am collaborative, flexible, resilient, and respectful. I have worked in several hospitals in India over the last 11 years, some in big Indian cities catering to millions of people, and some in rural parts of India with limited resources. Regardless of where I have worked, I have always prioritized excellent patient care, always been compassionate to my patients, and I've always tried to work together with my colleagues in an open and honest fashion. I am inherently curious and I try to satisfy my curiosity by watching movies, reading books, following sporting events, and exploring new cultures and new places. I believe it is this inherent curiosity which helps me remain up to date with the rapid advancements taking place in ENT, helps me remain a good teacher, and also fills me with excitement at the opportunity available to work in a place like whose values I believe are in complete alignment with mine, both as a person and as a healthcare professional.